The war between humanity and the Krell, a reptilian alien race, had raged for decades, leaving countless worlds shattered and millions dead on both sides. On the edge of a desolate battlefield strewn with wreckage and broken machinery, Captain Daniel Hayes, a human medic, moved cautiously through the ruins. His once pristine uniform was now torn and stained with blood, a silent record of the years he had spent saving lives in a war that seemed endless. Daniel's field hospital had been destroyed in a recent Krell strike, leaving him the sole survivor. The weight of failure and the horrors he had witnessed pressed heavily upon him as he searched for survivors, human or otherwise. It was during this search that he heard a faint noise, a blend of a groan and a soft, melodic hum. Following the sound, Daniel found an alien figure slumped against a shattered Krell transport. Her emerald skin shimmered faintly under the dim light of the dying sun. She was an Atrin, a species renowned for their unmatched medical skill and their neutrality in the war. Her uniform was torn, revealing a deep wound across her abdomen, and her eyes fluttered weakly as she struggled to stay conscious. Daniel approached cautiously, medkit in hand. "Hey," he said softly, kneeling beside her. "You're hurt. Let me help." Her violet eyes opened slightly, filled with a mix of fear and pain. "Human," she whispered, her voice melodic yet strained. "Why would you help me?" Daniel gave a weary smile. "Because you're a medic just like me. And because someone once told me that saving lives is what matters, no matter whose life it is." Her name was LRA, and she had been left behind by her unit during the chaos of battle. The Atrin had secretly aided both sides, tending to wounded soldiers wherever possible, but when the fighting escalated, her team had fled, assuming she was dead. Daniel worked swiftly, using his medical supplies and her advanced Atrin healing techniques to stabilize her. As he treated her, they exchanged stories. LRA spoke of her people's devotion to healing and their struggle to remain neutral in a war that demanded loyalty. Daniel shared tales of the lives he had saved and lost, his voice heavy with the exhaustion of someone who had given too much for too long. "You carry so much pain," LRA said, her hand brushing his. "Why do you keep going?" Daniel hesitated, then shrugged. "Because if I don't, who will? Someone has to try to fix the mess we've made." LRA nodded, her expression softening. "Perhaps we're not so different after all." Over the next few days, Daniel and LRA worked together to build a makeshift shelter amidst the ruins. They scavenged supplies, treated injured soldiers who stumbled upon their refuge, and shared meals of ration packs and Atrin nutrient capsules. In their isolation, they found comfort in each other's presence, their bond deepening with each passing moment. One night, as they sat by a small fire under a sky filled with distant stars, Daniel spoke. "I don't think I can go back to the way things were. The war, the senseless killing, it's taken everything from me." LRA reached for his hand, her touch warm and reassuring. "You've given so much, Daniel. Maybe it's time to think about what you want or what brings you peace." Her words lingered in his mind. For years, he had been driven by duty, never pausing to consider his own happiness. Now, in the quiet presence of someone who understood his pain, he glimpsed the possibility of a different life. Their fragile peace shattered when a Krell patrol discovered their hideout. The reptilian soldiers were brutal and unyielding, surrounding them with weapons drawn. "Step aside, human," the Krell leader growled. "The asset belongs to us." Daniel clenched his fists. "She's not going anywhere with you. If you want her, you'll have to go through me." LRA's eyes widened. "Daniel, don't." Before she could protest, the Krell leader raised his weapon. Just as he fired, a burst of light erupted from LRA's hands. The Atrin healing energy, usually used to mend wounds, surged outward in a protective wave, knocking the Krell soldiers off their feet. Panting, LRA collapsed to her knees. I didn't know I could do that," she murmured. Daniel knelt beside her, hand on her shoulder. "You saved us. That's all that matters." News of their defiance spread. Soldiers from both sides began seeking Daniel and LRA, not for war, but for healing. Their shelter became a sanctuary, a place where enemies could lay down arms and find common ground. Together, they created a neutral zone, a testament to the power of compassion over conflict. As weeks turned into months, Daniel and LRA's bond grew deeper. They became partners, not just in their mission but in life. LRA's gentle presence healed the wounds in Daniel's heart, while his unwavering determination gave her hope for a brighter future. One evening, under the same star-filled sky, Daniel took her hand. "LRA, I don't know what the future holds, but I know I want you in it. Will you stay with me?" Tears glistened in her eyes as she smiled. "Always." Years later, the war finally ended, thanks in part to the sanctuary Daniel and LRA had built. Their efforts proved that even in the darkest times, compassion could light the path to peace. Together, they settled on a quiet planet far from the scars of war, continuing their work as healers and peacemakers. Their story became legend, a symbol of hope for generations to come. And though the universe remained vast and unpredictable, Daniel and LRA faced it together, their love a beacon no shadow could extinguish.